Well, it's a really cold, wintry day, and here I am stuck indoors. What should I do? I think I'm going to work on my journal. Yeah, why not? Hey, can do, it's Rick's here. Well, it's a very cold, wintry day outside. I'm here in my little playroom, arts office, etc., etc. And I think what I'm going to do is start on my new scrapbook for basketball. Specifically, I'm going to put the Lakers championships teams in here. And I'm going to transfer it into this drawing book. But first, let me just show you the materials I'm using here. This is a 100 sheet drawing book that I got from ARTEZA. Alright, and so it's got these great drawing sheets in here, which is really cool-ski. And it's got this neat little place marker string thing, so if you were wanting to save your spot somewhere, you can. So that's really good too. So if you don't have one of these things, you can always run over to ARTEZA. I'll put a link in the descriptor below if you want to grab this. So to start off with this new book, which I'm going to be putting in to start off these images. This is the Lakers, the years they won their championships. These are the players that was in the 1980 team. So I'm going to start with the first year that I personally watched. Back in 1980, I watched this while I was working in North Carolina at Chapel Hill University, and that was the year Michael Jordan won the national championship, North Carolina. So I was there celebrating with the guys. But you can see there's Magic Johnson is in there. Where's he at? There he is right there. There's the Magic Man himself. So these are all printed on my quick transfer paper. Okay, so this is not regular paper, but it's my quick transfer paper. It's the only way that I'm going to get these images in here without cutting and gluing the actual sheet. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to transfer it in here, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. And you'll notice that I mirrored everything, so everything is reading backwards, because when I flip it to transfer it, then it'll read normal. Okay, now to start, I want to get this label off of here. I don't want to leave the ARTEZA label on here. You know what it is already, so let me get this off. So that's all clear. Now this has got some kind of a shiny coat to it, and so adhering to this might be difficult, but I'm going to give it a try. It's also not that smooth. It's very kind of textury. So this is going to be quite experimental to see that I can get this transfer on here, because I want to put this right on the cover to represent what I'm doing here. So let me cut this out. Let's see what we can do here to make this work. Okay. This is all new for me right here. Okay. So, how do I want to do this? I'm going to go. I'm going to cut it to the way I want it to look, because I'm going to use it to outline There we go. All right, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to put this right here like so. And I need to mark this. Let's see here, 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 there. Whoops. It is slippery. I sure hope this transfer will stick to the slippery surface. I'm going to use some tacky, or yeah, I'm going to use, you know what? I'm going to use some tacky glue mixed with a little bit of white gesso so that it has a kind of a white consistency to it. So let's see. First off, let's tape this off, okay? So I don't get it on anything else. I want some nice sharp lines. So I'm using some masking tape here. All right. And I'm going to make sure that that's really masked off nice. I always love it when masking tape gets all bounded up, don't you? Okay, and right along those little markings that I put there to make sure those edges are really creased down. You don't want anything to seep into those edges. That would make for a bad day. All right. And right there. Okay, all right. And we're going to get one. I believe it was angled like this. Okay, and then we're going to angle like that. I can't believe that was it, wasn't it? Okay, we'll test it, see, and it looks like it fits in the pocket there. Well, maybe a little off. Yeah, I'm a little off, but I'm good. Okay, so got that in there. All right, so we're going to use the Aleene's. I'm going to use Aleene's glue, but I'm also going to use a little bit of this white acrylic gesso and mix them together so that I can get a nice tacky surface there. I think that will probably hold on to this shiny surface because I don't know what else will stick to it. So I guess I'll use this. Now, for this, you want, ooh, that was way too much. Way too much. Boy, that just squeezed out like crazy. All right, let's get rid of you, you little monster, you. All right. Well, I'm going to leave it, but make sure I have plenty of glue in there. This is the Aleene's quick dry tacky, and by the way, if you want to know what this stuff was, I think I got it like at Walmart or something. I don't know. Just, yeah, there you go. But I'm sure any kind of white acrylic gesso will do, or just white acrylic paint, I imagine. But I want mostly this glue, so I'm going to put this glue in there. Make it so it's nice and sticky. Okay. And then I need a sacrificial brush, one that I don't really care if I destroy these little sponge things. And I'm going to mix this up really good. All right. Yay. Nice and sticky gooby. And then let's just put that on here. Make sure we get the edges, but don't let it go underneath that tape because that is just not going to work. You're going to have a hard time, and I hope we can peel this tape off. This is a good movable tape, you know, the kind where you can stick it on and then take it off and move it to another location from 3M. It's a really good tape. It's not cheap though. Alright, so the nice thing about this is while this doesn't look that pretty, when it's underneath the actual transfer, you won't even notice. It's just going to have this kind of white tinge to it so that the white of the actual transfer will shine through, because since most printers don't print white. Okay, we'll do it again this way. They use the paper to be the white of the image. It becomes transparent when you put it on your surface. All right, so I think that's probably going to be it. I think. All right, so I'll keep doing a little more. You talked me into it. You guys are really rough, man. Talking me into this stuff. All right. I want a really good sticky surface here. Okay. All right. All right, and this brush is toast. I'll keep the cup though. Hope that's all right. Well, I'm going to get rid of this brush because it's going to dry rock hard. It isn't going to be worth anything. All right, now we need to dry this. So,
a few moments later.
It's dry already. Can you believe it? All right, well, let's hope this surface now is good for a good transfer, right? Okay, and you can see everywhere that you see white. All right, right here and in here. All right, this is just the paper itself, so there's really no color printed here. So it's not going to transfer white onto here. So if you want this white to show up, you need to have that white already on the surface, because this is all going to come out transparent wherever there's white. All right, keep that in mind. Okay, now of course, as you know, I use gel medium. I use the matte gel medium, but you can probably use any gel medium you want, glossy, whatever. You get me a new brush. They're cheap. All right, and then we got to make sure we have plenty of this. So let's just put down our initial coat here of gel medium. All right, this is fun. All right, so there's my thin coat, right? All right, but you got to be generous. So here I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to tap it because I want to make sure I got some good coverage, and I want to get it inside those crevices because who knows, maybe it will transfer. I don't know. And if I see big puddles of this stuff, I just dab over it and, you know, move it around until it's all even. I'm not going to smooth this with my finger. I find that this dabbing works pretty darn good. I think maybe even better than my finger dabbing method. It doesn't check for little hard bits though, unless you use your finger, but you want to make sure that the surface is all wet. Okay, you don't want anything dry as far as this gel medium, otherwise you won't get a good transfer. I only got one shot at this, so I want to make sure I do good. I think I got everything here. There's a hard bit right there I'm going to get off. And re-dab that. Alright, I think I got good coverage. We'll soon find out, won't we? Yes, there's going to be some oozing out here. I'll clean that up later, but here we go. Let's line this the best we can. Okay. I hope I got that right. We'll soon find out. Get your brayer. Okay. Alright, now hope I did this right because I'm not getting much ooze out. It was kind of hard to tell how much I had on there because of the, well, there's some air bubbles there. Let's get those out. I got some lifting off. That's not good, so gotta be careful here. Alright. Now, what I'm going to do,
now that I got that on there, hopefully, I think I got it brayer down. I think I got it brayer down pretty good. Let's take a look. I think looks pretty flat. I don't think I got any air bubbles there. Okay, now what I want to do is I'm going to spend about 30 seconds or so and dry that out. That was about 30 seconds there, not a long time. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to get this little bit of water with a sponge brush here, and I'm just going to now coat the back of my paper here, like paint it with water. Just gonna paint it, and I want to get it where the water is absorbing. I could see it's absorbing in there, which is really good. All right, so you want to do this, okay? Get that water in there, just help with the peeling off. Okay, that's all there is to it. There's not a whole lot. I'm going to get a clean paper towel here. I want to take up excess moisture, not needed. All right, well, here's the fun part. Let's see if I can get this started in the corner here. And we're going to carefully peel slowly this way. And if you see it start lifting your image, pull from another location, okay? But so far, this is looking good. Okay. It's looking good. Okay, we got a little tear there. Let me get that lifted there. Started. There we go. And I want to move it all this way. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cool?
Well, so that was a complete release of the image off my paper. Isn't that nice?
All right. And if you'll look,
there you go. It's on my book. Now I'm going to carefully start peeling this tape up without ripping my image here.
my image is still a little bit on the slightly moist side. Okay, so I want to be careful. And you can then come in here
and put some kind of a protective coating or something on here, which I might do later to give it a nice shell of protection. Maybe I'll Mod Podge the top. There's some, I don't know what you call it, a little bit of staining or something. I want to get it nice and glossied over. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Anyway, so let me just start with this tape here. And again, peel away like at a 90-degree angle, so the tape is moving this way, right? So you want to pull your tape this way. What do they call that? Perpendicular.
So at a 90-degree angle, I'm going to pull away from my image. Carefully, I want to make sure the edge doesn't get destroyed. All right, that's good. Okay, and now this tape here, same thing, 90-degree angle, perpendicular there. Look at those nice clean edges. Now, if I did like a little more white in my glue, I would have had a much more solid white there. But anyway, I'm happy with that. All right, so the next one should be this one right here. And I want to pull 90 degrees from the image. So that would be to the left. Look at that nice clean lines I'm getting here. Look at that. Wow, this is turning out really nice. Okay, and now, let's see, is that the next one to go? Is that on top? Which one's on top? I think that's on top. Yeah. All right, so again, I'm going to pull away from the image this way. Hold the cover down so it doesn't open the book. Look at those sharp lines. Look at how clean those lines are. My centering wasn't that great. I could have done better, but okay. It's not bad. There's a little bit right there, and I just pushed that in. There we go. It's all nice and clean now. Okay, and I got one more. All right. Don't want to hurry just because it's the last one. You know, we get all anxious and everything. Okay, so pulling away from the image. Look at that. So I didn't get anything underneath my tape. Isn't that perfect? Look at that. Wow. That is really cool. All right, so our first transfer was a complete success. And the little trick with the glue and the white paint, the white gesso, worked out really nice because it has adhered to my drawing book. Okay, now of course I can come in here, for example, and I can get like a glossy, let's see, here's a glossy Mod Podge, for example, and I could come in here with this, get a brush, get some of this nice gloss out, and then I can coat the top of my image. I probably should have left the masking tape on, but I'm going to be real careful here. And this is a hard brush. Wow. Or you can use a spray, whatever. It's your choice. I'm going to use the Mod Podge. Why? Because I hardly ever use this stuff. The glossy one especially. This brush is stiff. Use a soft brush if you have one. I do, but I'm lazy. Yeah, I'm being lazy. And watch, pay the price and ruin my work here. I'm gonna go right up to that edge there. Hey, remember I told you this tape was reusable? Watch this. See how easy that peels off? I can do this. I can come in here, because I'm getting a little bit of this Mod Podge on here. I can come in here and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to be real professional about this. I am making a video. Right? Okay. I can go and just press that edge down just like that. And then I could be a little less careful on the edge on that side. This side I better start in the right location though, because I don't have any tape there. And just get it all the way over there. And this is going to protect the image and give it a nice glossy look to it. Of course I could put all the tape back or leave it on in the first place, but I'll just leave the one on there right now just to do this. Okay. And you guys know how to do this stuff, right? I'm not telling you anything you don't know how to do. Come on. You're all can-do-its. You can do it. Rick can do it. You can do it, right? All right. That's how it is. There's nothing I can do that anyone else can't do. Ooh, look at that. Alright, well I'm really happy with this part. Right. Got a little bit here. I might just take my little finger, well my big fat finger, and just kind of clean that up. Yep, there we go. Alright, so there's my protection. Alright. Where's that water jar at? Oh, I used to have one. Well, okay. And we're going to put this away. Yeah, something cool to do while, you know, the snow and everything outside. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that for now. It's not completely dry yet, and it still has
like this area right here. When it dries, it will become clear. But look at this. Look at that nice, shiny, glossy coat on my brand new Lakers book. You'll have more than probably Lakers in here by the time I'm done. Who knows? But look at that. Isn't that cool?
That is so cool. All right, well, let's begin this little journey now inside. Okay, now what I'm going to do inside here is I've got this team photo for 1980. And before I put anything on paper, what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to use this clear gesso that I made. I just found the recipe somewhere online. I'm not quite sure where, but just go search on clear gesso and make yourself some of this stuff. But that's what I want to treat my paper with. Get another brush here. Before I do any transfers onto here. Okay. I could also use this area right here. That would be a nice, what do you think? Right there? Yeah, I could do it right here. Alright, well, I can do my first one right here. So what I want to do is I want to treat my paper with clear gesso. So get in there with that clear gesso and just get to protecting that sheet, okay? Because paper, you know, when you glue things to paper and then you peel it off, you know, you can easily tear the paper because you're gluing things onto the paper, right? And if we're going to peel off, well, you're putting forces against the fibers that's on the paper. It's different than wood. You know, wood, nothing's going to come off of there, so you can easily peel your images off all day long on wood. But with paper, we need some protection, and I found that this works really good. So to show you, I have this other book over here. Let me see if I can get it over here. I have this other one here where I'm putting in these hot rod posters and stuff. Look at those. Isn't that cool? So I got this all clear gesso. You can feel clear gesso. So it protects the paper, which is really, really good. All right. So I highly recommend it. It dries relatively fast. So it's great even if you're in a hurry. But you know what? This is really not a project to do if you're in that much of a rush. Go jog or something. You want to rush, right? This is for relaxation time, right? This is arts and crafts, people. This is relaxing in a warm home, you know, and the outside is going crazy with the winter blues. All right, here we go. So I'll put in a nice coat. A lot of it's already dried up, which is fine. I'm just going to go over it like this, make sure it's all nice and covered. Yada, 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 yada. Alright. Okay, there we go with the clear gesso. And then I'm going to take my hair dryer again. About 30 seconds, not a long time. Dry, look at that.
Yeah, it took no time at all. It's dry. But at least my paper surface is now prepared for me to do a transfer onto without too much issue. Alright, so got this tape in my way. Let's get that out of the way. So I'm going to cut this out right along the edge of the image.
And remember, I printed this on the, it mirrored, okay? So it's mirrored so that when I put it like this, it'll be normal, all right? And on this paper here, it says print on other side only. So you got to print on the correct side of the quick transfer paper. All right, here we go. I'm going to get this done here. And I'm going to do this here. All right. These are the two coaches. This McKinney guy here was the first coach of the 1980 team, 79-80 team, and then he got in some kind of an accident, I think like a car or motorcycle or something. And then West Paul dude here took over, Paul Westhead. All right. I don't know everything about these guys. So, let's see. Do I want to leave any on there? No, I'm not gonna give this thing any kind of a white border on here. Oh, I'm just gonna get this cut off. All right, so that's what I'm going to transfer, and I'm going to put it right here. So, again, I want some kind of indication as to how far to put my gel medium. So I'm just putting very, very light pencil mark here, just so I have a gauge and I won't overdo it with my gel medium. Okay, so now again we're doing the same thing. We're taking the gel medium, okay, and we're going to make sure we have a generous amount on here. That's a scratchy sounding brush there. Or is that my gesso? That could be my gesso. Alright. But you know, just coat it with your gel medium. It's already starting to dry. So I'm going to have to add some more. You'll see what I'm talking about. See how that gel medium is starting to dry really quick? You don't want that. You want it wet. Okay guys, you want it wet. If it dries, there's no bueno. Okay? What is with this thing? Oh, there's a hard bit on here. It's like, why is that thing scratching so much? Okay, now I'm going to dip it in my gel medium here, and I'm going to make sure that I have a good amount of gel medium. Anywhere there's no gel medium, I'm not going to get a transfer. So just be generous, okay? Get it all the way to the edges there. You know, when you do those really like a full page image, you know, it's a little harder because you got to make sure that when you're sitting there doing it way down here that the top part isn't drying on you. And so you got to make sure you really put enough on there so that it doesn't dry before you put your image down. That's why I don't like doing full page transfers. I like cutting them up into small images and putting a bunch of them on a page or something. All right. So I believe I've covered everything. If I haven't, we'll soon find out. But you can see, you know, that I got this all wetted here. And it's going to ooze. There's no doubt about it. Okay, so put your image down right where my marks are. Right there, right there, right there. Okay. And let's get that down. I don't want it to slide around. That's the worst thing, is having it slide around. Okay, once you get it on there, now you're going to need to press it. Now, I need something to actually hold this book up here. I'm going to use my hand, I guess, because you need a firm surface. Okay, so there's a lot of ooze out here. See that? And so make sure you have something that you can clean your brayer off on. I'm going to use this area here. My cover is bending, which is not good, so I didn't plan this out too well. I think I need to find a way to support it. There we go. You gotta support that surface there. Still bending a lot because I don't have a really solid surface. Underneath the paper, I'll put a piece of wood, thin wood. But for this cover, I'm going to be a little bit in trouble if I don't get this right. Because you guys are all watching me make a fool of myself. All right? Need something higher than this. Oh, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lean this off the edge of my table like this so I could use my table. Or here, just do it this way. There we go. All right. So you want a good press. Press it really, really good, guys. Okay. Make sure you have a nice solid surface underneath so you can press against it. All right. Well, that's good. Now I'm not, you notice here, I'm not timing anything. I'm not racing against time. Okay. Because the method I'm showing you today, I need to clean my brayer here. Got a big old chunk of goo in there. Yeah, I'll worry about that later. Anyway, what I do now is, which I find works, is I just dry it for about 30 seconds. Okay, that's all I need, 30 seconds. That's it. 30 seconds, plenty of time. Now I'm going to take my water with the brush, okay, and I'm going to wet the whole back area here of where I glued it down with the gel medium. And I do want that water to absorb in the paper, and you can see that easily happening when you're doing it. The light reflects off of it, and you can see that it's swallowing up my water here. Okay. Alright, good deal. Okay, and just like before, I'll take a paper towel and take up the excess. Don't want a lot of water on your paper. And then I'm going to start to peel it. I'm going to find me a corner here. Peel it with something. Okay. And then what you want to do, look underneath and make sure you're not tearing your image like I just started to do right there. I dug too deep. So that's why I usually have a lip, but I think I can get it started here. All right. So now
I want you to see this. Let me zoom in here. Okay.
But you want to
Peel gently across your
image like so. And if it tears, it's not a big deal. You're just going to have to do it in more than one pass. But it peels
really easy. Can you see how
well it just peels off? See? Okay. So that's not a big deal. And then just carefully with your nail or whatever you have, try to start another what I'll do is sometimes I'll just roll the edge like so. Okay, make sure you get under all the paper. Okay, it takes a lot to start to peel the image itself, so don't worry about that. All right, and see, just peels off like so. Got a little bit right there. I need to get that off. So I'm gonna try to find me a. There we go. And that just peels off. Okay, so it's just getting it started, and then I want to see if I can get it all in one pull here.
Oh, you guys can't see this. Let me pull back out. I'm sorry. All right, there we go. Okay.
So here I want to try to do this all in one pull. So, I just tore it right here, so I'm not going to get it all in one pull. So we'll just go ahead and pull this section here. And if it leaves anything behind, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Let's see if we get another section started here without getting underneath the image. Now, if this paper dries on you, you may want to re-moisten it, okay? But right now it looks like it's still coming up pretty good. It just peels right off. Here we go. Let me get it started. There we go. Let me get it started right there. Just peels off. It peels so just like butter. It's not a rubbing thing like you see on some videos. They're just having the wet and rub. We're not doing that wet and rub thing. We're just peeling it off in sections. That's all we're doing is just peeling it off in sections. Got a little extra paper. Just peel it off. Here we go. Look at that. This stuff just peels really nice. Peels really nice. Okay, get another edge there. Okay. Now I have a little section here. I might have to re-water. I don't know. Let's see. Still peels off nice. It's just not getting it all in one pull. We'll do without the water. As long as I can roll it off like that. Just be careful you don't roll off your image, you know. Oh, this is nice. Okay. Try to get an edge there. You know, you wet paper, sometimes it just tears. It's just how paper is. And this is the dry method, so you know, 30 seconds and then you have to wet it. Alright, see I took almost a little bit off of there. I'm able to press that down, that's cool. Okay, so that comes off. That comes off. Look at that. Just comes right off the top of the image. Hold on, Magic. I'll get you showing up right there. There you are. And you, got you. All right. Let me get a little more water just for a little bit of cleanup too. Well, that just peeled up again, didn't it? All right. Let's get you. Take the excess off. And I'm just going to get this last bit here. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right. I think I did a pretty good transfer considering I had a little bit of trouble finding a solid surface underneath. This part here, did I leave any on the paper? I don't know. But it doesn't look like that got transferred over there. That little bit of whiteness right there. Anyway, and then here what you can do, take some of that clear gesso, just put that on top like so. Okay. And that will also act as a protectant. And it will dry fast. Voila. Okay. So that came out pretty decent. Let me do a little cleanup here real quick. It's hard to work in a messy environment. I'm sure some of you guys can relate to that. All right, so that dried really quick.
There you go. Look at that. Pretty neat, huh? Okay, so now the next thing is I think I'm going to do here is put the coaches down. Here are the two coaches. The one who started the season and the one who ended the season. And this one, I'm going to leave a little bit of a white tag on the end so I have something to pull on instead of trying to peel the edge off. That was no fun. Okay. All right, and just fold over the edge here. And there you go, just like that, okay? And I'll do this guy too. Paul Westhead, I believe is his name. Basketball was his game. He eventually got replaced by Pat Riley. Went on to win a few more championships during the 80s. All right, and then we're going to, of course, fold that over. Okay, there you go. All right, let's start with this guy right here. I'm going to put him right here, and then I'll write his name down here later off camera. But again, take your pencil, just mark your boundaries. Okay. Where you don't get good coverage, you won't get a good transfer. Okay. And once again, I'm going to add the gel medium. I think I got a good amount. We'll soon find out because it won't come out that well if I have anything missing. And again, you're going to put it on here. Don't let it slide around. Straighten it the best you can. There's a little piece of, it's a little hard piece right there. Let me get that out. Better get some more of that in there. All right. Now what I need to do, I've got some other hard pieces in there, I can feel it, is I need to brayer it on a solid surface, which once again I don't have. I'm using my hand underneath. Not the best way to do this, but oh well. Just really make sure that you get that brayer down really good, guys and gals. Okay. Seems a little dry up here, but it's too late. I've already started this, so I can't lift it up now to add more. So I could have a problem up here, I believe. Anyway, once again, 30 seconds. Yeah, that's about 30 seconds, right? Okay. Again, take your water and the brush and just wet the back of that paper really nice, okay? Just like that. All right. Okay. Need some more paper towel here. Sop up the excess. Now I left myself this little lip. It looks like I glued down my little lip. Okay, and here we're going to pull. Okay, let's see, there's areas right there that I didn't press very well, and I'm lifting right here. Remember I told you that corner, I was worried about that corner? You know what, let's try something for giggles. Okay, this may or may not work, I don't know, but let's reapply here because we know it's messed up. And then just kind of lay that back down. Okay, where's that brayer at? Curling up my paper there. Well, let's just see if we can repair that. Wouldn't that be interesting if it was repairable?
maybe sometimes. All right, little 30-second. Okay, well, let's see if that works. Let's wet it all again. Okay, everything dried, so now we got to re-wet. I've never tried a wet, dry. That probably wasn't a smart thing to do, but let's just do it for giggles. All right. Okay, start from this end here. Is that a smart thing to do? Probably not. There's a whole area here that didn't even water. Let's water that part too. Why not? Alright. Yeah. See. We got to get that paper up. Alright, well, it did fix that. That's a good thing. We'll have to come back to that. Well, let's get the rest of this going. Okay. Okay, here it's the paper is starting to pill a little bit, so let's see if that's a moisture problem here. Let's get some water on the action. Okay, take up the excess. Does that help? Let's see if that helps. Yes, it does. Okay. That actually helped. Okay, so we're learning things. We're learning things together. All right, so now this part here that I re-glued, can I take this up now? Let's see. You can't get my fingernails under there. But yeah, there we go. Look at that. I fixed it. Now I had glued the white lip part and didn't even bother to water that, so that was a bummer. Now is this paper here or was that just no image? Not sure what that is. Probably no image. Yep. Alright. Right there. So this will be our last one for the video, okay? Mark right there. Alright. You can see a little bit on the edges there because I didn't go past the border. Maybe I'll go past the border a little bit here. You know what? Why not? Just go beyond the border a little bit so I don't... But I think having rough edges looks kind of cool. I'm sure a lot of you agree that that is kind of a cool look. Alright. But if you don't want that, you want to get everything, you got to make sure you have gel medium everywhere. Get any glue on it this time. Okay. Alright, now I need to support this again. Go on the edge of the go on the table here. And for my last one, I got to make sure that I don't mess this one up. That's good. 30 seconds. Alright, now some water. Let's peel it off nice and carefully. Now see, I'm lifting off right there. I could see, so I want to make sure that I put water on there and go from a different location and attack it from a different, so you don't peel up the image. You don't want to peel up your image. Okay, didn't have enough glue, didn't dry, who knows? So I want to make sure, let's get the excess off here. Let me try this other side here. I want to attack it from an end that does not lift off the image, because the image is what it's all about. Okay, so I'm going to come here. Okay, well, let me just, it's a little bit right there. Okay. I'm going to take this in pieces, I guess. Alright, there we go. Get a little start on it. Looks like I'm going to do this one in pieces, in parts I should say. Right there. Okay, take that off. I have fat fingers. I can't seem to get underneath anything. There we go. There's a little piece there I don't want in there either. So come on. Alright, so let me get that started there. Woo! And there we go. Alright. Easy peasy, part cheesy. And then of course you can go in here with your gesso, clear gesso, or your glossy or whatever, Mod Podge. Okay, there's a little piece of paper right there. I can't see it in the light background. There it is.
Alright. It's like a school annual. Woo, look at that. Make your own school annual. But there you go.
Is that awesome or what, huh?
That is awesome. Yeah, if I say so myself. Okay. Alright guys, well I hope you
Enjoy this little wintertime
project here, and I'm going to go ahead and stop
right there and take a break. But yeah,
look at that. The start of a brand new basketball journal using this ARTEZA 80-pound paper drawing book. I'll put a link down below for where you can get this book. And yeah, the paper too, you can link down below. Will tell you, basically it's my website. But there you go. Yeah. Alright, cool. Hey, hope you like it. If so, please thumbs up. Leave your comments below if you got any comments and stuff, questions, you know, all that other good stuff. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Click the notification bell so you will know when I post another one of my videos. And I'll see you in the next video. Where are you? Where there you are. See you later. It's the game.